So let's talk about those Twins, shall we? That's what you call a heartbreaker last night. I'm still picking up. There's a piece of my heart. I'm still picking up pieces from last night, Reggie. There's a piece over here. Oh, there's a piece right there. And
Get it all up.
yeah, it's a worst case scenario. Head into the game with the lead shrunk down to 1. 8 of your next 11 with Cleveland. You want to come out, make a good first impression. Got your stud on the mound in Joe Ryan. Luis Ariz hits a 3-run bomb, lifts you up 2 with just 2 innings left. But Emilio Pagan serves up a 2-run homer, ties it back up in the 8th. Poof. Lead gone just like that. Here's a tweet from Aaron Gleeman, by the way, last night after that home run. Emilio Pagan has allowed 14 homers in his last 33 innings dating back to last season. His career rate of 1.8 homers allowed per 9 innings is the highest in MLB history among pitchers with at least 250 games. So, not necessarily Hall of Fame numbers. Not great, Bob.
But quick,
Yep,
Luke, give me Taylor Rogers stats.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Twisting the knife, Reggie. You're twisting the knife. Still tied up in the 8th, though, right? So, got to go make some magic happen. Johan Duran comes in, ring him up, sit him down. Pitches 2 great innings, gets out of 1 jam. Twins have runners on 1st and 2nd in the bottom of the 10th. Heart of the lineup up. Correa, Kepler, Sanchez. 3 studs, 3 strikeouts. Ring them up, sit them down. Guardians get a soft single the very next inning, win 6-5, take game 1. Oh, by the way, the White Sox came back on the Blue Jays last night, too. So when I say worst case scenario, there it is. Reggie, quick thoughts on last night's game.
This game was the epitome of just toying with the fans. Joe Ryan comes out, spots them 3, and you're just like, oh, dang, man, what's going on with Joe? Then he comes out, retires the last 7, looking like Joe Ryan, just smoking Joe. And you're like, okay, all right, let's do this. Kirilloff comes out and has the 2-run double. And you're like, okay, they're in striking distance. Luis Ariz had the just blunder in the 1st inning. It's just like, what are you doing? Still called out anyway. Sometimes the rules are hard. I don't understand the rules, but he just botched that one, and he comes back and just redeems himself in the best of ways. The first one, thought he got all of it. It hit off the top of the wall. That was a double. And then the next time he comes up, oh yeah, just your casual 3-run bomb to take the lead in 5-3. You're like, oh man, this Twins team is cooking with gas. They're hotter than the fish grease at the cookout, baby. It's going up on a Tuesday. And everything is doing well. And then I remember we were cutting highlights last night for the 10 o'clock sportscast, and we were like, okay, we'll go Kirilloff and we'll go Ariz, and then, maybe one more play, we'll see what happens. And then Reyes hits the home run, and you're just like, you have got to be kidding me. And you go to extras, and you have some great moments. Duran gets into the trouble and gets out of it with the double play. He's juiced up. The crowd's juiced up. It's like, okay, it's lit. It's lit, baby. And then the very next inning, and Griffin Jacks just comes out, gives up the base hit to score the run. And right there at the warning track, right at the end, that could have been the difference. That would have been cool to have a walk-off last night. It would have been just a perfect ending to the game. Just an emotional roller coaster of a game with the perfect ending. And at the warning track, and that's it. Ball game. And it's just kind of tough, as you've kind of seen over the last few weeks, this lead just dwindling down from, 6-3. 1 going into last night, and now, boom,
poof,
even up in this divisional race, and now you're like, man, we got 7 more of these things, and I don't know, you feel confident about Sonny Gray tonight, you feel confident about Smeltzer tomorrow, and as Pop said on Friday, you live to fight another day, and so we give them that, but that was tough. That was a brutal way to give up the divisional lead.
Yeah, that one hurt. It stings, but you know what doesn't sting, Reg? Saving time and money when using Rock Auto. Rock Auto is a family-served business serving do-it-yourselfers like Reggie and I for over 20 years. Reliably low prices for every customer. Brake parts, tail lamps, even new carpet for your vehicle. Right locked on in the How Did You Hear About Us section so they know we sent you. That's rockauto.com. So maybe that was actually the best case scenario last night. Bear with me for a second. Maybe that was the best thing that could have happened to the Twins, because now it's never been clear. If they want to make a run, they got to go out and get pitching help, period. These first 2.5 months, hey, it's been a lot of fun. First place since April 23rd, but the writing's on the wall. It's in high def, crystal clear, 4K, OLED. This Twins team cannot keep up that same pace that we just went through without some reliever help. What's your gut say, Reggie? I mean, do they get aggressive, trade a top prospect, and get another proven reliever? Or do they stand pat and just watch their lead dwindle? Maybe they end up finishing second or third this year. Or do they just blow the whole thing up and trade a guy like Correa and another big name and say, hey, we had fun while it lasted, but this was never supposed to be our year?
That last option is not,
Absolutely not.
Considering what they said before the season started, that they had championship expectations. Like, no, this is supposed to be the year. Like the long playoff drought that they've had where they haven't been able to secure a series win. Like, they are hoping to get over that this year. And so I don't see them doing something drastic like that, especially not for a reliever. And, when we talked to Brandon Warren last week, he made some good points that, you don't necessarily have to mortgage the future to get, some good bullpen depth and bullpen help. And I think maybe they don't have to trade away a top prospect, but they do have to give up somebody at some point to get at least one. They probably need two arms because, it's just so crazy. Like, you can rely on Duran, like, and he's just his first year doing it. But then beyond that, you're just like, man, you're praying.
Yeah.
Once they get out of the inning, you're like, well, thank you, Jesus. I was not expecting that, Lord. And it's just like, something has to get, like, you're holding your breath every time a reliever comes in, and that should not be the case, especially when the bats are doing what they should be doing. Like, that was electric, man. Luis Ariz comes through with the blast, and you're just like, oh, man, this Twins team is lit, man. Like, this is fun. You should have a bullpen that's able to close, like, 2 runs. They give you 2-run cushion. You should have a bullpen that's able to close things down when the time matters. And it is so unfortunate that it seems like no matter who they throw out there, whether it's Duffy, whether it's Pagan, whether it's Jax, like whoever they throw out there. I know Cotton had a pretty good outing yesterday, and it's just like there's only like 1 or 2 guys that you could kind of trust to just get them out of a jam or to just go in and do what it is that they need them to do, which is either preserve the lead or don't give up the lead.
Yeah, good
and
point.
It's just rough to see them time and time again come in these high leverage situations and just blow it every time. And so, like, you need to stop the bleeding somehow. I don't believe that they have to trade away like a top prospect, if you will, but they do have to get somebody out of there to bring somebody who can be consistent in that bullpen.
Yeah, consistency, obviously a huge word. Trust, though, the other big word. You're right. Outside of 1 or 2 arms, just not a lot of trust, like rolling the dice every time. And if you want to be a legitimate playoff contender that actually wins a series or 2, goes deep into the playoffs and contends for this thing at the end, you got to have a lot more trust and faith. You can go and turn to that bullpen and have more than just 1, maybe 2 options. And I know we talk a lot about, all right, they got to trade for a reliever. Let's say that percentage is 85% chance they're going to trade for a reliever at some point. What do you think the chances are that the bats have been so inconsistent? Now, they put up 5 runs last night. You expect more times than not. Hopefully that's enough to win, but Nelson Cruz's name has been thrown out there a little bit. Bring him back home. Have a little homecoming reunion with Nelson Cruz, who, when they broke the home run record just a few years ago, Nelson Cruz was a big part of that. Do you think there's a chance they add a bat in this mix too, or just too much going on right now in that lineup with those last 3-4 spots rotating 5, 6, 7 different young names in there right now?
Watching the Twins over the last several months, like, I think you can truly say with certainty they don't need another bat. Like, that's not the problem with this team. There have been times where the bats go silent, where you're just like, dang, what's going on? Like, what's happening? But, like, then the next game they come out and they set it on fire, 7, 8, 9, 10 runs. And you're just like, okay, yeah, they're good. They're good. No worries there. I don't worry about the bats. They need some arm.
Twins fans on Twitter, you heard it live here. Reggie putting that one to rest, put that one to bed, tuck it in. Nelson Cruz, it ain't happening, all right? And I'm with you, man. There's more than enough bats here to go around. Have they been inconsistent and caught cold once in a while? Yes. Buxton, 0 for 4 last night with a walk, couple Ks. It'll come around. It's a long season. Have faith in your talent. And there's ebbs and flows throughout this long season. We've seen it. They can go double digits. Interesting to see, again, Kenta Maeda, maybe, if they do make the playoffs, does come back and what role he may play, too. Maybe as a late inning reliever kind of guy. Twins still have plenty time to rebound. 7 of their next 10 against Cleveland on deck. Game 2 tonight in the backyard, Target Field. A pivotal stretch here. Both teams battling for the top spot in the division, which is now for the first time again since April 23rd, all tied up. Sonny Gray on the mound tonight, hoping he can have a similar experience like they did in Seattle when Joe Ryan loses game 1, but it's always sunny, comes back, got him the dub in game 2. First pitch tonight, 6:40 p.m. Rest assured, Reggie and I will be back here tomorrow to break it all down.